Listen, we are ready to take this out for a spin and see if this works. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't think it was going to be possible, but Casey Boy and Nick McElwain got their heads together and figured out a way to make it occur. And what I am speaking of is the Preston and Steve City 6 Pop-A-Shot Championship.
Yeah!
And I believe this is going to be
on our TV crews 40.
This is going to be our 7th year doing that. I'm hearing people talking, and I'm not sure who that is, but
so I'll do games live.
Okay. It's probably Zoo, right?
That sounds like Zoo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's get right into that because we're going to do things a little bit differently this year. I'll explain exactly how it's going to roll out, but we may as well welcome the gentleman who's going to be bringing us the play-by-play as he has done for the last several years. He's trying to figure out a way to make this thing work. You can hear him saying it. Please welcome Mr. Mark Zumo.
Hey!
Steve, I know when the last game was now.
Hey, Zoo, are you there?
It was last month.
No. Okay, we've got lots of people talking, and none of them are Mark Zumo.
Can we get them up here to scrimmage? Maybe
I don't know. Can we get them up there? I think they're having conversations with each other.
Press, I think we can get them up there to scrimmage.
They're doing their job right now until they get to us.
Right. All right, Mark Zumo, are you there? See, even played this song for him. It's called The Zoo from the Scorpions.
It would have been perfect. Imagine if this was going well.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could do that.
There's just so many rules.
I see him.
Like pesty.
You know what? They may want to stop talking.
We're about to go to the segment. Zoo, we're going to open with you.
We're actually in the segment now.
My camera's going off. It is off, and you'll hear the show.
Who is talking?
I think it might be my Comstock from Indre.
Okay. Hey, Zoo, are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
We only introduced you about 2 minutes ago. How you doing, Mark?
Listen, I live my life at a 2-minute delay, so it's a big deal.
Good point. All right, I was just about to explain how we're doing things this year, Mark, and it's obviously any type of activity is a bit of a challenge to organize where people have to gather together. So we decided to do it a different way. It was Casey's brainchild. He called you, and he said your response was immediate. Yes, I'm in. So we appreciate that, man.
Hey, listen, I got to be doing something at some point. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here. I'm like a rotting apple. I have to tell you, I'm sitting in the waiting room with the coaches, and I said, I feel like the accountant on Academy Awards night. I'm the only one who knows who won this thing.
It's true. There's actually only a handful, and they've all been now. They all have Secret Service protection.
Yeah. So what Zoo is referring to is the fact that the way we had to do it, because we weren't going to be able to have groups of people gathering here, and we really weren't going to have much room to put even a Pop-A-Shot in this much, much smaller tent that we're broadcasting from. So Casey had the bright idea that we would contact the city coaches and ask them if they wouldn't mind filming them doing a round of free throws in their school's gym. We film it, and we make sure it's, no redos or anything like that.
No special effects, no green screen.
And nobody knows what the scores will be, so everybody still at this point feels like they are a viable, possible champion in this event. So we had them film it. We got the video over to Zoo. Zoo did a play-by-play.
Yes.
And we pre-recorded the whole thing.
Yeah, as only he can.
Yeah, that is correct. And
packaged it all together. And we have we had all of the coaches do the preliminary round, which is free throws. And then we also had them all shoot three-pointers for the championship round, not knowing who was going to make it to the final round. Only 2 coaches make it to the final round, but all 6 coaches shot both rounds as well. So, like Zoo was saying, only he, Nick Murphy, who edited the video, and this guy Chuck, who we have a trophy, and the trophy has been engraved. So only 4 of us know who actually won this whole thing.
Now, at the time we start playing things back, they're all going to have to turn a key simultaneously,
yes,
correct?
Yes,
in order to make it work. So, and one of the things I want to point out about the championship trophy that Casey had mentioned is we decided to change things. Initially, when we did this, it was a golden jockstrap.
Yes.
Or no, it was a cup.
Yeah.
A protective cup.
A cup.
Mounted on a board. And we were very proud of that. And it made its way around from coach to coach for a little while. But we decided to make things a little bit more legitimate this year with a heart to it. So
it's hard to monogram a cup.
I'm going to hold this up, and I won't show the name or anything like that, but we actually have a championship cup that has been created, and we've decided to give this a name to a very important person and a huge fan of the Preston and Steve show. She was assistant to Jay Wright for many, many years, and her name was Helene Marcante. And Helene just loved that Jay got involved with this, so we are officially going to dub this the Marcante Cup.
Awesome.
And that is what the champion will win. So, unfortunately, she lost her battle with cancer, and we miss her dealer.
Honestly, she's as essential to this getting off the ground in its first go-round and following through all the years. Her energy helped propel this, and she was a sweetheart.
And if you recall, Jay Wright has won this trophy twice.
Yes.
And he reacted, more excited when he won this thing than when Villanova won the national championship with a buzzer-beater three-pointer. I've got chills thinking about that game-winning shot, and he just kind of had this look and like a little tiny fist pump. When he won this thing, because of Helene, he went absolutely bonkers.
He ran around like a lunatic.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have dubbed it that, which is cool.
And also, this cup will also kind of serve like a Stanley Cup, meaning when a champion is crowned, that champion will then carry that cup for an entire year, and then we'll have to bring the cup back to the tent for the following year's champion.
Yep.
By the way, has anyone noticed that Zoo's beard is just phenomenal?
Yeah, dude, it's gotten bushy, bud.
That is a word. Can we get a clipping of your beard to put in the cup for the winner?
I love it. You have to drink I love that. Hey, Zoo, real quick, because I know we're going to move on to things, but tonight's the draft. So, like, the NBA's been, since the Lakers won, and so trades were happening yesterday, but tonight's the draft. What are your thoughts on the draft?
Yeah, it's really exciting. We have we're at 21. We got 4 picks in the second round, and we got Daryl Morey in the front office, who is known to do just about anything. He is a really smart guy. I had the opportunity to do something with him for the 76ers the other day, and he kind of comes off like as a real casual surfer dude, a guy that you would meet in a bar and talk to for a couple of hours, but he's getting down to it, and I'm really excited for tonight.
Excellent. Hey, and before we get this underway, Zoo, were you pretty impressed with, not to tip the hand, but were you impressed by the coaches using a full-scale regulation-size hoop and ball?
Yeah, it was great. It was really cool. They had somebody taping it. I will say that a couple of the coaches strategically did a better job than the other guys, because 2 of the coaches, I'm not saying who until we actually play the tape, not only had someone shagging, but they had someone next to them with a rack of balls, and that turned out to be, I think, a much more efficient way to do it.
Yeah, that's the way I would think you'd want to do it.
Yeah.
I would say maybe a couple of the coaches were in it to win it.
Yeah. And that, honestly, the prep is as much a pathway to success here, and, of course, paying people off.
That, too. Yeah. That's part of it. All right, so, Case, should we get this started?
Yeah, let's get this thing started.
All right, I'm going to begin by introducing the coaches. We'll meet them one at a time. We'll say hello. We'll play the tape, and then we'll get the reaction afterwards, and then we'll move on to the next. And we have 6, obviously, to go through, with the 2 highest scores going on to a championship round of 3-pointers. Now in his 5th season with the Drexel Dragons, a native of Morgantown, West Virginia. He played college basketball at Ithaca College after graduating from the Hill School in Pottstown, PA. He was previously the head coach at Army. At 44 years old, with height and weight currently unknown, please welcome Zach Spiker! Hey. Morning, Coach.
Morning, guys. How you doing? Great to be here.
We are doing wonderful. Thank you so much. We appreciate you checking in. Wow, that's a virtual background. I'm like, dude, you're on the court right now. You can't tear that guy away from there.
He's at the top of the Eiffel Tower, Preston.
Hey, listen, and we're going to do this with every single coach. We want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to participate in this. Was it? Did you have fun doing it this way?
It was great. I think my score may have been better from the free throws than it was from the Papa shot the last 4 years. So it maybe got a better chance. I don't know.
As a player, what was your specialty? Were you known as a shooter? Were you a passer?
Passing and defense. If you were guarding me, you were going under on the ball screen.
Okay. All right.
Excellent.
Well, we're going to find out how you did, and we'll get your reaction to this after we roll the tape. So, are we ready? All right. Nick Murphy, roll the tape. Here we go.
Okay, first up we have Zach Spiker, the head coach of the Drexel Dragons, and we are underway. He makes his first free throw. Spiker, of course, now in his 5th season, leading the Drexel men's basketball program. He's 10 seconds in. He's got 3. Interesting scenario here. He has one man underneath the basket who is shagging balls for him. He delivers the ball to Spiker at the free throw line, does not bounce at all, just takes the ball in rhythm and shoots. He's about 25 seconds in. He only has 6. Now he swishes one more for 7, about exactly halfway through his 1 minute. Zach Spiker, the Dragons, returning their top 5 scorers as he looks forward to this season. Last season, Drexel, its most wins ever under Spiker. Right now, he's trying to win this. He's got 17 seconds to go. He's got 11. He's got 12. He's got, he rims it with 9 seconds to go. He's got 12. Now he's got 13. Spiker with 6 seconds to go. The Drexel coach has 14. Here's 3 seconds. He gets it back. 1 second to go. Can he get one more off? Yes! Yeah! That'll do it. 16 for Drexel head coach Zach Spiker.
Wow.
That was pretty damn smooth, man. That was good.
You know how to hit nothing but net, man. The ones you were missing were bouncing around the rim, but those all went in nice and clean. That was pretty badass.
Yes, it was. Very impressed.
Nice. And Casey wants me to remind people you can watch this on our YouTube channel right now. We're running this whole thing live. So 16 points. How do you feel about that score, Coach?
It's better than any score I've had the first 4 years inside the team.
So your approach, obviously, to shooting free throws is different than Pop-A-Shot. Well, listen, some coaches will go for nothing but net on Pop-A-Shot, and then others will use the backboard. Do you remember what your approach was for the Pop-A-Shot machine?
Just make them. I wasn't trying to use the backboard.
Just make them, yeah.
Well, listen, a quick question on the upcoming season and COVID and how that's going to affect. What's your take on how you're hoping things roll out?
Well, it affects everything. It affects this event. It affects our practice. It affects how we go about our daily lives right now. And I think you just have to take it literally one practice at a time. We're appreciative that we can get in the building, that we can practice, we can be together. It's been incredible if you go back to March till now, what our players have experienced or haven't had a chance to experience. It can be a lot. I really want badly for them to have the opportunity to compete and play in games. And hopefully we're a week out. We play next Wednesday at Penn State. If things continue to go in this direction, and we're thankful for that opportunity to prepare for.
I mean, you're looking at athletes who have, focused their whole lives at getting to this point, and this is such a big hiccup. But, obviously everyone knows we will get past this and hopefully get back to what we love about what you do.
All right, 16 points for Zach Spiker. We're going to move on. The coach is going to stand by because he might make it into the finals. We'll find out. Let's get to our next one. He returns for his 2nd season with the St. Joseph's men's basketball program and first as associate head coach. He coordinates the on-court player development program and overseeing the team's defense. And this will be the 2nd season on Hawk Hill for him. And first as their associate head coach after spending the previous 4 years at his alma mater, Bucknell University. Ladies and gentlemen, John Griffin the first.
Thank you.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. It was an exciting free throw and 3-point contest to be a part of.
Nice. And your first ever with us, correct?
It was, and it was a bit unique. We did it after practice, so I had all the players pointing out all of my flaws, all of my technique flaws, similarly to the way that I do for them every single shot. So it was a nice little added pressure bonus.
Over the years, we've talked to the coaches when they've been doing our Pop-A-Shot challenge. I'm like, do you ever shoot baskets? They're like, no. I quit doing this a long time ago. I just tell people what to do. So it's got to be interesting having them turn it around on you. Yeah.
So, Coach, I coached my son's basketball team. They were 7th graders last year. I don't know if we're going to have a season this year in 8th grade, but I started every single practice after just kind of messing around. Had them all go to the free throw line and shoot free throws. And my coaching technique is to keep their shot as simple as possible. Keep the motions down and just try and do the same thing over and over and over again. And I don't know if I was doing the right thing or not.
Yeah, consistency as a shooter, technique-wise, will help your percentages go up. So that's the right way to go about it at that age. And then as the kids get bigger and stronger, they'll use that consistency as a model for for the future.
Yeah,
Good.
like the same thing every time. Foot placement, maybe 2 bounces, and then shoot. That's it.
Yeah.
All while smoking.
Free throws, big routine.
Yes.
Big time routine for free throws.
Nice. All right. Well, let's see how you do. If you're just tuning in, the City 6 Pop Shot Challenge was filmed ahead of time in each coach's gym, and we are now going to see how John Griffin III for St. Joe's does. Let's roll the tape. Here we go.
Next up, St. Joe's John Griffin III, the associate head coach of the Hawks. This taking place at a practice gym, and we are underway. He misses his first. The coach right now standing at the line. He appears to be straight away. He's got pretty good form. He's got one guy underneath who is shagging basketballs. There is a rack nearby filled with basketballs, but they are just using this one. He's 15 seconds in. He's only got 2 as he rims his latest free throw attempt. Now he makes it for 3. John Griffin working with Billy Lang, the former 76er assistant, now the head coach of the St. Joe's Hawks in his second season. As we approach the halfway point, 30 seconds in, 30 seconds to go, he's got 7. Griffin trying to establish some rhythm. Now he's got 8. 23 seconds to go. He's got 9. His father, John, was the St. Joe's head basketball coach from 1990 to 1995. But his most immediate concern, this latest competition, 12 seconds to go. He's got 11. He needs to have a good backstretch. He's got 12. John Griffin of St. Joe's with 6 seconds to go. He's got 13. He's got 14. He's got 3 seconds to go. 2. Oh, he misses his last one, and that'll do it. 14 for John Griffin III, the associate head coach of the St. Joe's Hawks. So far, Drexel's Zach Spiker right ahead of him with 16.
Not quite enough for first on that one, John, but that doesn't mean you're out of the hunt as of yet. So we're going to see how this plays out. In watching, have you watched that video back, or is this your first time seeing it?
That's my first time seeing it. I mean, Coach Spiker clearly got to the rim more than I did, so he was much more comfortable at the free throw line. It was very rare for me to get into the paint as a player.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit uneasy at the free throw line.
I've always found that amazing. You take Shaq as the great example of an amazing player and couldn't
I
make
know.
free throws.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I guess you have your specialty on the court, right, Coach?
That's right.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see if you make it to the finals. We appreciate it. That is St. Joe's John Griffin III.
Well done.
And let's move on to our next contestant, a graduate of Council Rock High School in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, and a man who once scored 69 points against Malvern Prep. He later graduated from Bucknell University in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania, where he played on the basketball team and was a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity. In his 19 seasons as head coach, he has led the Wildcats to 6 Big East Conference championships and led Villanova to the 2016 NCAA championship, defeating North Carolina and the 2018 NCAA championship, beating Michigan, a 2-time Papa Shot champion at 6 feet 2 inches. Your head coach of the Villanova Wildcats, Jay Wright. And he's not with us.
No, he's not going to be able to be with us until maybe a little bit later on. But his video is here.
Preston, that
we're
was
aware of
awesome.
this.
Well, there we go.
The second that I said, Jay Wright, I turned to Casey, and he's giving me the cutoff signal, the hand across the throat. I'm like, and he's not here.
No, unfortunately, Jay had a Zoom already scheduled for this time. So we're hoping to maybe get him on the tail end of this segment.
Okay.
And it's really, really important because of the trophy being named the Marcante Cup after his longtime assistant, Helene Marcante. It's very, for me, it's important to have him on.
Yep.
Now, he did shoot his free throws, and we do have the video ready to go.
Our man, Mark Zumoff, on the play-by-play. And you'll hear a little ding every time that he makes a basket. So let's roll the tape. Here we go.
Next up, Villanova's Jay Wright at his practice gym, and we are underway. The coach making his first, showing very good form, wearing a stylish Villanova face mask. He makes his first 3 just 10 seconds in. Jay Wright, his 20th season as the Wildcats head coach and a pair of NCAA national championships. He's about 20 seconds in. He's showing good form. He's got 5. A solid performance so far by the coach. By the way, one of only 3 active Division I head coaches with multiple national national championships to his credit. The others, Mike Krzyzewski of Duke and Roy Williams of North Carolina. He's got about 25 seconds to go. He's only got 9. He's got to get cracking here. Jay Wright of Villanova now with 20 seconds to go. He's got 10. Getting the ball from one man who is shagging for him, and that is it. 15 seconds left. Oh, he gets a couple of bounces on the rim. He's got 12. 10 seconds to go. He's got 13. Jay Wright of Villanova coming down the stretch. He swishes one for 14. 5 seconds to go. Oh, he hits the back of the rim. 2 seconds. He'll only have time for one more. Got it. So he's got 15. That puts him in second place behind Zach Spiker of Drexel with 3 in the can and 3 more yet to shoot.
Nice, smooth delivery there.
Yeah.
He took his time. He made every shot, just missed a couple of them, but that was pretty impressive. So he is in second place right now, still in the running to possibly move on to the championship round. So maybe we'll be able to check in with Coach a little bit later on. In the meantime, let's get our next one up and running. Born on October 2nd, 1972, right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and a graduate of Simon Gratz High School. He is a former professional basketball player who played 14 seasons in the NBA, including 8 with your Philadelphia 76ers. He is currently the head coach for his alma mater, Temple University. At 6 feet, 5 inches, 209 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Aaron McKee! Good morning, Coach. I see him clapping and giving us a thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I was on mute here.
There you go. Hey, nice to see you again, sir. Thanks for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
And how has we've been talking mainly about the form and so on, getting ready for let's talk about Temple and the season and so on. Have practices been going on for a little while? How are things different so far this year?
They've been going. I think the most important part is keeping these guys engaged. There's been a lot that's been going on in our society, throughout the summer and into the fall and leading into the season. But the biggest thing I try to get to impress upon those guys is, look, we get the opportunity to play college basketball and be student athletes. There's a lot of other people out here that are struggling in our world today. So let's enjoy this. Let's enjoy one another.
Yeah, I assume that, as you said, that the idea in any season, in any situation, outside of COVID, it'd be difficult enough to keep focused. Then you add on this and all the other stuff that's pulling them mentally in other directions. But they're responding well.
I like to think so.
Yeah,
I'll tell you at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Listen, I guess that's a good point.
It's got to be a tough place for a coach because the world is full of distractions, even when it's a normal world we're living in, when there's all kinds of society issues and illness issues and things like that. I would imagine that it takes some effort sometimes to motivate the members of a team and remind them that not only what they're doing is for themselves, but for the entertainment of people who are looking for a distraction as well. Would that be correct?
Yeah, this is what we do. We love basketball. Along with the other coaches that's on the line here, we love being in the gym. So, what better way to have it? There's a lot of other things that we can be out here doing, but we choose to be, involved in basketball.
Hey, Coach, I want to ask you about the upcoming NBA season. Obviously, you're a college coach, but I was actually having this discussion with my wife and son about the upcoming season because, obviously, with what happened with the pandemic, the NBA season went a little bit longer. So there are some teams that are going to have a really long time off in between their last game they play and their first game they play. And then obviously other teams like the 2 teams that were in the NBA Finals where they had a shorter amount of time. For you as a player and even as a coach, do you think it is more beneficial to have the seasons butt up against each other like it's going to happen for the Lakers or for maybe another team that has been off since before the bubble?
Well, I think for a guy like LeBron and guys that's been around in the NBA for a long time, playing all-star games, they play on Olympic teams, and I think it's difficult for those guys to start right away because of the amount of knowledge that they have on their bodies. But for some of these younger guys who didn't have a long stretch in the playoffs, it's going to benefit those guys early on. But they're pros, and that's why they call them professionals. Those guys understand how to take care of their bodies and minds, and and prepare themselves for the long haul of a season.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Nice. You should play professional basketball, Casey.
Should. I'll think about it.
All right, let's see how you do. We need 15 at least, or you need to beat 15 to get into the finals. So let's roll the tape on Aaron McKee.
Practice gym on the campus of Temple University. He makes his first two. Aaron McKee, of course, the former NBA player, now in his second season with the Owls. And he's got an interesting setup here. He has one man underneath, shagging basketballs, and another man right next to him, just to his right at the line, with a rack of basketballs. And Aaron McKee is taking the balls off the rack, and so far he is doing well. He's got 9. He's got about 35 seconds in. He's got 10. Aaron McKee showing great form, showing the same form that he displayed when he was the sixth man in the year in the NBA back in 2001. He's got 25 seconds to go. He's got 15. He is threatening Zach Spiker, our leader, and he's got 16. He ties him, and now he's our leader at 17. Aaron McKee's got some rhythm, and here he goes. He's got 19 with 15 seconds to go. Last one off the front of the rim. Second one off the back of the rim. Finally makes one. He's got 20. He's got 8 seconds to go. 21 for Aaron McKee. 22 for McKee with 4 seconds to go. 3 seconds. McKee misses one. Now he makes it. He's got 23, and that'll do it. 23 for Aaron McKee, by far our leader after 4 have shot.
Wow. Nice.
My apologies, guys. I outfoxed all of that. I thought it was Papa Shot rules, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, the Papa Shot's got all those balls down there in the bottom that you get to you get to grab at. So
yes.
I think you had the right idea with having the ball shagged and the whole rack there. So 23, that's an impressive performance, and the fact that he was a professional.
That helps. Yeah.
Too bad at all. All right. Well, listen, Coach, we're going to see how you stack up against the others. So hang on the line, okay? Excellent. All right, Aaron McKee. We're moving on next to our fifth competitor. Since 2018, he has been the head men's basketball coach at LaSalle University. Graduated from Monsignor Bonner High School. You love them, don't you, Casey? And went on to graduate from Drexel University in 2004 with a degree in communications. Previously, he was an assistant coach to Jay Wright at Villanova University. Currently, a resident of Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, at 6 feet tall, Ashley Howard. Coach, good morning.
How you guys doing?
Man, we are doing well. Thank you so much for joining us again for this event. We appreciate it. Have you seen the other guys go?
I have, and apparently we have a ringer in this group.
Nice, man. Now, listen. Do you get out? Do you shoot hoops at all, just for fun, from time to time?
So I have a 2-year-old. So the most shooting I'm doing now is on a Little Tykes court in our garage.
So you have a decided advantage. Yeah,
got a lot of practice over the pandemic. I don't know how much it helped me during this competition, though.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of practice over the pandemic, staying in touch with during the off season with your players and making sure that they stay up on their skills, is that something you try to do?
Absolutely, but during this time when especially when we couldn't be with our players, you get a chance to see which guys really love basketball, right? And fortunately for us, we have a lot of guys that love being in the gym that were antsy, that were frustrated when they couldn't get in the gym, and now that we have them all back, I think because our guys had that time off, the energy towards coming to practice every day has been pretty good.
Let me ask you something, because we've noticed we put in play for this year's camp out. It's the same, but it's different. Certain things that we're going to definitely carry when we return to normal, when we return to the camp out that we usually execute. Is there anything that you've learned during this time that you think you will bring into a post-COVID training regimen?
It's not anything in particular. The main thing is just showing gratitude, right? I think once we get caught in our own worlds, we tend to forget how much we have to be thankful for. And then when, small things are taken away from us, it reinforces just that sense of gratitude for everything that we have. So, like the other coaches said, we're very fortunate to be able to do what we love to do. And, even during this time, for us to still have the opportunity to practice and play ball is more than most people have.
Well, it's great advice. I love it. All right, well, we're going to see how you did on the court, and let's see if you make it to the finals. Let's roll it. Here we go. Ashley Howard.
Our fifth of five contestants now, the LaSalle Explorers head basketball coach, Ashley Howard. And we are underway, and the coach makes his first. Ashley Howard getting ready for his third season as the head coach at 20th and Albany, the former assistant to Jay Wright in Villanova. And he has only one man underneath who is shagging basketballs. So far, Aaron McKee has the best setup with the one man underneath and another man to his right with a rack of basketballs, and that's how he got it done. So far, 7 in the can after 25 seconds, make it 8 for the head coach of the LaSalle Explorers, Ashley Howard. We are halfway through, and he makes his 10th. A good pace here for Howard. Remember, Aaron McKee's the leader with 23. Zach Spiker of Drexel in second place with 16. Here comes Howard with 20 seconds to go. He's got 13 as he swishes his latest. He looks very comfortable now at the line. He's got 14. 12 seconds to go. Give him 15. Here comes Ashley Howard with 10 seconds to go. Give him 16. That ties him with Spiker for second. And now he's alone in second place with 17. 3 seconds to go. Give him 18. 2 seconds to go for Howard. Yes! Right at the buzzer.
Wow.
19 for Ashley Howard. That'll make him number 2, right behind Temple's Aaron McKee.
What Sue didn't point out, he didn't miss one.
No, he didn't.
That was 19 straight. There weren't any of them that missed, were there?
I don't think there was.
No, he nailed them all.
That's the coach.
Dude, that was impressive.
That's badass.
I think he's dumbfounded as well.
I honestly forgot what my score was. I really.
Well, we're going to remind you. It was pretty effing awesome. Yeah.
You're currently in second place right now with 19 behind Aaron McKee with 23. Now, the coach up next is he's a graduate of Cardinal O'Hara High School, which is your nemesis at Bonner. So when did you graduate Bonner, by the way?
99.
Okay. So Bonner and O'Hara we've never liked each other. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens with our next coach.
All right, but that was incredible. Not one. Any idea how many straight you've ever made without missing before, Coach?
It's a lot. I don't know a number, but
it's a lot.
Okay, because 19 is damn impressive.
Yes,
missing one.
With that form too.
All right, so far in second place. We'll see if you make it to the finals. We got one more to go, and we are ready to welcome our final coach, currently the head coach of the Penn Quakers men's basketball team, and the former head coach of Boston College and Cornell. He is a native of Springfield Township, Pennsylvania, and a former player at Ursinus College, Casey's alma mater, once again. Prior to becoming the head coach at Cornell University, he began his coaching career as an assistant coach at Springfield High School, Monsignor Bonner High School, Philadelphia University, and then on to the University of Pennsylvania. A 3-time Papa Shot City 6 champion, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Donahue.
Hey! What's up?
Welcome back, Coach. How you doing?
It's great to be back, guys. Thanks for doing this. It's an incredible thing that you do. It's sorry it can't be in person, but we all appreciate that you do this every year.
Thank you. We've got to tip a hat to Casey and Nick here, because they're the guys that we're like, listen, we've been doing this tradition for 7 years, I think now.
Well, yeah,
started in
2013, and really got to tip a hat to all the coaches and your assistants and anybody that we had to coordinate this with, because it was never a question of whether or not you would do it. It was just, okay, how are we going to get this done? And since 2013. Everybody that we have had to deal with, and in your case, it's Sarah Parks. You guys have been so easy to deal with, and we really, really appreciate you doing this, because this is the biggest thing that we do all year. And I love that that we can count on you guys for this. So thank you.
Yeah, our pleasure, and especially during this pandemic that you're seeing the need for your food and all over. But for you to put this effort out is incredible for our city. And we thank you.
Well, you're participating in something, again, the whole idea of this and being out here. And, we know we had to make accommodations for everything, but we wanted the structure of the camp out to be where it usually is, with modifications. And you participating in the benchmark feature of the Camp Out for Hunger is great. So, you get those little bits of normalcy. We know we're heading in the right direction. And but honestly, there's been no loss of competitive nature here, and everyone's just stepping up big time. So we're looking forward to seeing your performance.
Yeah. And with that, Coach Howard did not remember what his score was because everybody did this maybe a week or two ago. Don't tip it, but do you remember what your score was?
I think I do.
Okay. All right.
You laughed when you said that.
I like that reaction.
I already told Spiker he can take off.
Oh! All right. Let's roll the tape, and we'll talk to you after. Let's go. Here we go.
And now the last of 6 competitors. Steve Donahue of Penn. Remember, Temple's Aaron McKee in first place with 23. LaSalle's Ashley Howard with 19. Donahue at least has to pass Howard to get himself to the finals, and we are underway. The Penn head coach shooting his free throws. Where else but at the historic Palestra? And like Aaron McKee of Temple, Penn's Donahue has himself a two-man setup, meaning he has a man underneath shagging basketballs, passing quickly to a man to his right at the free throw line who's got himself a rack of basketballs. They all are working in concert, and the coach seems to have a rhythm here. He's 25 seconds in. He's got 9. He's got 10. Doing very well is Penn's Steve Donahue. Remember, he's been their head basketball coach since March of 2015. Unfortunately, no basketball for the Quakers. This year, their season called off due to the virus, so the coach really wants this one. He's got 20 seconds to go. He's got 16. He's got 17. He's closing it on Howard. He's got 18 with 15 seconds to go. He ties Ashley Howard with 19. Now he's got 20, and he'll be in the finals against Aaron McKee. What a performance by Steve Donahue, 22. He's got 23. He's tied with McKee for first place. He's got 24. So it'll be McKee and Donahue in the finals as Donahue ends it with 26 free throws made.
He is a machine.
Yes,
man.
likewise, man. That was awesome.
Beat out Aaron McKee with that 26, the top score from Steve Donahue. Aaron McKee with 23. So that means Coach is going on to the finals. Real quick, as Zoo had mentioned there, Coach, no season for you guys? Nothing's changed at this point?
No season, unfortunately. The Ivy League has decided not, and it's heartbreaking for our guys.
Right.
Honestly, this is their little window to play college basketball. I'll be coaching for a while, but unfortunately, our guys will not be able to play this year.
So is that just a league decision? Because some D1 teams are moving forward with their seasons, but the Ivy League has decided they're not going to play any of the teams this year?
Unfortunately, yes. It was an Ivy League decision, all 8 of us.
Do you see any possibility that could be reversed? Because, I don't know when that... I don't know. Everything has to remain so fluid. We've had to remain fluid with this. Maybe is there a ray of possibility?
Listen, I don't want to root against the season for sure, but if it ends up being a complete mess and we pause and we restart this and we go March, April, May madness, and who knows what's going to happen with the virus. I'm not rooting for that. But if something like that occurred, I think we could pivot at that point.
Okay.
And possibly play.
All right, well, we're going to do something because you're going on to the finals against Aaron McKee, but we're going to switch gears for just a moment because he didn't make it into the finals, but he is on the line now, and we have a chance to pull up Jay Wright. So let's talk to Jay Wright. Let's bring him up onto our... There he is, head coach!
How you doing, guys?
We're all right. It's nice to see you. We know you were busy earlier, and you didn't get a chance to... see your performance, and maybe that's a good thing because you didn't stack up this year. You didn't come in last. You came in second to last, so that's good.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I literally had a meeting just off campus. I was in my car listening to that incredible introduction, and I'm driving going, no, I'm not here.
Well, listen. I don't know if you had a chance to hear this, but we've changed the trophy this year, and we have this cup that we got that is what you officially win. But we've given it a moniker, and we did it in honor of your good friend. It is now called the Marcante Cup that we're going to be giving away for this each year. So that is in honor of your dearly departed and our friend as well, Helene Marcante. So we wanted to make sure that you knew about that.
You guys are the best, man. I talked to her husband Jack. Her whole family's listening today. Helene listened to you guys her whole life, her entire life since you guys started. And I think you guys remember that maybe one of the first years you did it out in Plymouth meeting when you called my office to do it and talk to her. I really didn't know about Camp Out for Hunger, but
right.
You know, there's some important people do call here once in a while. She doesn't really care. She's a Ridley girl. No one impresses her. But when you guys called, she was like, I talked to Preston and Steve, like, you should be on.
That's awesome.
Like, I don't want to go at 7 a.m. outside the Plymouth meeting. Like, you're going, we're doing this. And she came every year. And it means the world to all of us here that you did that. And I think it's a lot nicer that you don't have an athletic cup on there anymore.
We had to go a little classy.
The tone has changed. Yeah,
Coach, I got a really nice note from Gina, her daughter, this morning, and it's just so cool that the entire family continues to listen. We definitely miss her. We love her. But it's great that we're able to carry on her legacy because she just was an incredible person.
Oh, thank you, man. You've been great to her. You guys all have. And she was an amazing person, man. She ran this place. And all the coaches will tell you, we all have someone like that. We still miss her. I'm a mess. See, that's why there's no way she would have let me have a meeting at 8 a.m. if you guys would have gone. I'm still struggling without her.
Yeah. Well, listen, we wanted to at least pop on with you for a moment. We've got to move on and get to the championship, but we're hoping to see you here next year in person, and things will be different then. But
and thanks for doing it. You guys do this every year, but more than any other year, you guys are the best in Philly. You should get some award in Philly because it's really needed this year. So thanks for doing this.
You know what? A successful camp out will be the reward.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Coach. Good to see you. Jay Wright, guys. Villanova Wildcats. All right, that means we're on to the championship round, and we are ready to find out who is going to get the Marcante Cup. And it comes down to a different normally we just use the regular Papa Shot. Well, Casey wanted to change it up, make it a little bit more challenging this time around. And I can see we have all of our competitors on Zoom right now, including Mark Zumoff, who has been doing the play-by-play. The three-pointer, a whole different ball of wax. Would that be a right phrase?
Yes, a whole different ball of basket.
A whole different ball of basket, I guess.
Yes.
And
a whole different basket of balls.
Yes.
That too. Yeah. By the way, Zoo, what do you think of the performances? You saw all these guys. I think, they look fantastic. I mean, everybody's form has been great.
Well, they're teaching form, so they better be great.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
But I mean, in the Papa Shot, there's a little bit. You got to learn the trickery real quick. Where are you going to play? But this is just straight up basketball.
Well, there's also clearly now, mind you, the mechanism, and as you pointed out, so that having the ball return methodology, and that definitely helped. But you had to perform when you were getting the ball, and they did. So our leaders going in displayed an incredible capability.
And our two leaders both had a rack of balls next to them, so it definitely helped
Better
out.
than having your balls racked.
You don't want to do that. All right, so we have Aaron McKee and we have Steve Donahue who are going to face off against each other. Case, I don't know who's going to go first. You have any idea?
Oh, I believe it's Aaron McKee is going to go first.
All right, then let's roll the tape and let's see how he does with the three-pointers. Here we go.
And now the finals of our competition. It'll be Temple's Aaron McKee going first against Penn's Steve Donahue. And they're not shooting free throws, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, they will be shooting NBA three-pointers to decide the champion. Aaron McKee digging in now in the left corner. NBA three-pointers. He's got 45 seconds. He misses his first, and he's got his second, and here goes Aaron McKee. McKee, again, in his second season as the Owls head coach. 13 seasons in the NBA, 8 with the 76ers, and again the sixth man of the year. And that was back in 2001. He's got 2 made three-pointers so far, and he's got 25 seconds to go. McKee's got to get cracking here. Aaron McKee standing in the left corner. Still only 2. He's got 18 seconds to go. Finally makes one. He's got 3. 15 seconds to go. Now he's got some rhythm. He makes consecutive ones for 4. 11 seconds left. He's got 4. Give him 5 as he swishes that one. 7 seconds left. He's got 6. McKee, again, he's got 7. 3 seconds to go. McKee misses. 2 seconds to go. Yes! One more for McKee. Yes!
Wow!
He's got
did.
9 made three-pointers, Aaron McKee, and that sets the table now for Penn's Steve Donahue.
Wow.
I'm dizzy after that.
I know. The camera work was moving all over the place.
It was like Blair Witch Project meets the NBA.
So, Coach, you chose the corner to shoot from. You could have chose anywhere beyond the arc, and you chose the corner. That's where you're most comfortable.
Well, that gave me my best chance of winning. And after I was finished shooting, I was exhausted.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't have picked baseline. That's I would want the backboard to fall back on in case.
Something, yeah.
But nonetheless, 9 is that's a pretty good pull. We're going to see how you do against our other finalists. So let's bring up the tape on Steve Donahue. Here we go.
It has all come down to this. Penn's Steve Donahue taking aim at Temple's Aaron McKee here in our finals. McKee with 9 made threes. Donahue needs to pass him to become our champion. And unlike McKee, who was standing in the left corner, Donahue is going to take his straight away beyond the 23-foot 9-inch NBA arc. And we are underway. Donahue makes his first. Again, like McKee, employing 2 men, 1 underneath and 1 to his right with a rack of basketballs. He's got 3 already. He's got 4. What a start for Donahue. He has made his first 5. Donahue, an amazing display. He hasn't missed. He's got 6. Donahue again. Oh, his first miss, but he's got 6. And he's about halfway through. He's got 7. Donahue seems to be a cinch to pass McKee. He's got 8. He needs 1 to tie him. Hits the front of the rim. 16 seconds to go. Yes, he ties him at 9. Here's for the win. Yes! Oh, wow! Steve Donahue is going to be our 2020 champion. He's got 11. He's got 12. What a shooting display by Donahue with 2 seconds to go. This is all gravy 1, and that'll do it. Wow! Steve Donahue is our 2020 champion. Congratulations.
Oh, my. I called him a machine earlier.
He was a machine.
The machine.
Jesus.
That is incredible. And that makes him our 4-time champion.
Wow.
For this event. Man.
Now, here's the deal. Here's why I feel like this is a special thing. Because Steve Donahue is a graduate of Our Lady of Perpetual Help Grade School Parish. And that is where Helene Marcante was a parishioner.
Hey!
Wow.
So that I am so happy and proud. Way to go, Coach Donahue.
Hey, thanks, guys. And I didn't know it was going to be named after Helene, but it's kind of appropriate. Another Delco guy takes it home in her honor.
Yeah.
Great. And it's really cool that you did that.
Well, it's a beautiful thing. We're going to have it dipped in a hand sanitizer, and eventually you'll get to hold it at some point.
His name is on here now 4 times.
4 times.
And actually, the University of Pennsylvania is represented 5 times because Jerome Allen won, I believe, in 2014.
Wow.
So Drexel is, and so it's been Drexel, Nova, and Penn since 2013 that has won this thing. So
amazing.
LaSalle and Temple got to step up the game.
That's very impressive. And Coach, you are on it. I would think you would play every day by watching him hit those swishes.
By the way, you also the video production was very good. We were able to watch. It's actually lit beautifully.
Yeah,
It was a wonderful production.
Well, that was Sarah Parks handling the rebounding, and Dan Wild and Mike Mahoney, our SID, deserves a lot of credit. And for me to beat Aaron McKee in basketball was a total joke. So and have Mark Zumoff calling out my name. So that was my greatest athletic performance right there.
That's excellent. Wow, and a testament to Aaron McKee. That's really cool, man. Listen, guys, we've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes. We have to take a break. Our sponsors are strangling us right now. I want to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this. Zach Spiker, John Griffin III, Jay Wright, Aaron McKee, Ashley Howard, our 4-time champion, Steve Donahue, and the amazing Mark Zumoff for our City 6 Papa Shot Challenge. You guys are the best. We love you. Thank you so much for being a part of this once again. That was absolutely amazing.